So, you're probably thinking, how the hell did you end up in a position where TikTok could steal over £2,000 of your hard-earned pennies? In fact, I'm going to explain exactly how this happened to me and how we can try and stop it from potentially happening to you right after I tell you the 3 ways as to how you can actually earn money on TikTok without brand deals and stuff like that. So the first thing, we've all seen it, is people receiving gifts on TikTok Live. You will basically go live, presumably you'll have some viewers, and hopefully you'll get a gift. In my opinion, a pretty beggy way of trying to get money, because unless you have such a large following, you're not really going to get flooded with gifts. Let's be honest with you. I don't think it's a cool look standing there trying to do NPC stuff like thank you for the spark or some shit like that, or just giving Karen a grilling because she's only giving you 4 roses instead of 12 and you've not got enough gifts to pay for your electric bill. The second way of earning money on TikTok, which I personally do dive in quite a lot now, dabbling.
A few minutes later.
The second way of earning money on TikTok, which I personally do dabble in quite a bit now, is TikTok Shop.
What the hell is even that?
Fortunately, you don't need to do all the beggy stuff like selling a family box of Quavers or a huge bottle of fairy liquid or something weird.
Someone at Cravendale is getting fucking acid attacked. 200 millilitres of loose milk, only for 42 pence. Absolute madness.
You can basically sell whatever you want. For example, my personal account, I occasionally do the sort of automotive products like pre-wash and stuff like that. And if I'm honest with you, I only really tag the products because I was already using it and I was already paying for it. I actually do TikTok Shop on other TikTok accounts, but they are completely faceless. And again, I don't ever promote things that I don't like or I don't use or I just don't feel true to. So on my main faces TikTok Shop accounts, most of that is my protein stuff, and that's basically how I got my partnership with my protein. They recognized that 1, I wasn't speaking out my ass, 2, my content was decent, and 3, I made a shitload of sales for them. So I think it was only right for them to want to partner with me. And the third thing is TikTok Creator Rewards Program. That was the program of doom that stole my fucking money. And now we're going to explain how. What was once upon a time called the Creator Fund. And that was where you would see your typical TikTokers creating viral videos, get millions of views, and they would maybe get £50 if they were lucky. That doesn't happen anymore. That was scrapped. They brought in what was called the Creator Beta Program, and that was when I feel like all the gameplay and the streamer or podcast clips just rolled in. And man, if I'd have known, like, I don't think I was working at that point in time. I think I was just doing everything from home, but just focused on other crap like flipping. The people that hopped on that wave of making money by doing such easy ways of content, it makes you want to just kick yourself in the shin, just pinch yourself to wake up. It makes you livid how much money people were making for like no effort. Sure, you would need to use your initiative. Is this funny? Is this entertaining? Is it educating? Is it something that provides a form of value to someone that's going to watch this? But all you do is screen record it, captions, maybe a filter, and upload it. And they would need to be a minute long. Granted, you'd have to put the graft in and get the account to 10,000 followers. The required criteria for you to get into this program to get paid was 10,000 followers, 100,000 views within a 28 days period of time before applying for the program, and you would need to be in an eligible country, UK, America, so on and so forth. Yeah, those that were banking a nice lot of money from fuck all work, realistically, like, I wish I'd have known about it sooner, but at that time has passed. Sure, there were some people that were still getting paid from doing that, but for the most part, if you were to try and get paid from that now, your account would just basically have all the videos disqualified and you'd potentially be kicked out of the program if you had more than 5 disqualifications and your appeals were not successful. Why? Because it is not original content. There are so many people doing the same thing. There were actually ways of getting around still getting paid to post that sort of content. I personally went down the route of just making the video more funny. I would add in memes and sound effects and overlays and stuff like that, but eventually you kind of get picked up on. If you're doing like 4 posts a day, they catch up, and yeah, eventually they clock, look, you're obviously just trying to rig the fucking system. So this then gets to a point where I'm like, okay, the people that I see that are still getting paid for doing all this shit are the people that are doing like super niched content or like really new creators where there's fuck all over their stuff on TikTok. And at this point was when AB started to pop off. He had just started going on a couple podcasts. I think this is his first ever podcast. I think I clipped that up within like 20 minutes of that being uploaded. So I was literally clipping it whilst I was watching it, putting stuff together. And I hadn't really had much success on this particular account in terms of views. I think the previous month I'd maybe had about £300 or £200 I was due to get paid. At the end of this month, because it's kind of like a job. It's like you posted content a month in hand. Sounds odd saying that aloud. Yeah, I didn't really think much of this A/B stuff. I just thought I'll try it because I know some people have been getting views just off of A/B's TikTok live, but there wasn't many people clipping it up as such, especially in comparison to like HS, Aiden Ross, Neon, stuff like that, which is all things I did as well and I had been paid with previously, but nothing to the extent of how much money I was about to earn in like a week. So I've got a bunch of clips. I'd previously posted a couple of things with Matt Armstrong, Jamie from Officially Gas, stuff like that. That's what was going to bring me the £300 at the end of this very month, and throughout this very month where I'd get the money next month was the A/B stuff. Hopefully you're still on track and you've not been bored to death. Posted about 3 A/B videos in the space of about 5 hours, 4 hours or something like that, allowing a little bit of time between them. The videos prior to these 3 that I'd done the past week basically maybe got 500 views, which is why I gave up with this account after I'd earned a little bit of money because it just seemed like everything dropped off and it was just tedious. So my first video of A/B gets me 1,000 views or something like that, which is where I could start to earn money, right, for a qualified view. Gets me about 1,000 views in about 5 minutes, if that. And I was like, oh shit, maybe this account isn't completely dead. Maybe we could make this work. Next video I post, that probably does 3,000 views in the same amount of time. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I checked back on the account about half an hour before I was ready to post my next video. And I see between those 2 videos, I may be doing 8,000 or 9,000 views. And I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. Post the third one. And I think by that point in time, I've gone to bed perhaps, woke up and the views were just popping. One video is on 100k, the other's on 50k. The one that was most recently posted was on like 200k, and when you looked at the analytics it was like 99% from the For You page, and I was just like, oh shit, tons of interaction, shares, comments, saves, likes, stuff like that, people arguing back and forth. And I was like, okay, posted another one in the morning. I think that might have been the second best video over the course of this week worth of these videos being up, right? There was one of them that got deemed as a disqualification for unoriginal content. I appealed it and it got accepted. 2 weeks worth of the videos being up, so about 5 videos worth. I was at about 1.2 million views worth. I looked at what I was getting paid. One video was 400 quid, one video was 200 quid, another maybe 90 pounds, the others were like 20 quid or 5 quid, whatever. I'd say just before the videos got taken away from the whole program and I was kicked out of it, I was gonna get paid £900 plus, and I still had a bunch of views to be calculated as to whether or not I would get paid for them or not. Not every view counts of you getting paid with the Creator Rewards program. It could be a duplicate view, it could be someone that's just, it's come up on their For You page, it counts as a view, but they've scrolled straight away. I think they need to be watching a video for more than 2 or 3 seconds for it to count as a paid view. So whenever I see, oh, I've still got 20,000 views to check on tomorrow to see if I get paid for them, I would usually just half it. If I get more than whatever the views are that's happened overnight, great, fantastic, and that's usually what would happen. With this sort of 2-week period, I'm over about 1 million views. I then have my videos disqualified from the program. I'm then kicked and basically told that I've breached their security policy. I was like a threat to their privacy. I was endangering their platform by doing what I was doing. It's all on it actually. What I'll try and do is I'll try and overlay some screenshots so you can see what they were labeling me as. It was like I was a cyber threat. I was thinking, fucking posted some videos to earn some money off your shit app. Fuck. Anyway, that was that. I was due to get £900 for sure, but I had about 100k worth of views or something like that extra to be calculated. And throughout this period of time, battling TikTok, trying to see if I can get put back in the program and have them restore my videos into the program to try and get paid, I must have got another 700,000 views worth, but they stole my £300 ish that I was due to be paid in like a few days time, and then what would now be probably more than £2,000, but definitely like 1,500 quid, 1,800 quid, something like that for sure. That's it. There's no going back. They kicked me out of the program. Every video disqualified. You can't even see the RPM. RPM is what determines how much you would get paid for your video. For example, if it was Aiden Ross by GTA gameplay at the bottom, you'd maybe get 29p per view, paid view, or per 1,000 views, whatever it is. I was averaging anywhere from 50 something p to 80p on my videos, which is decent. But yeah, look, don't know if this is going to focus, but all these red ones, everything disqualified. Everything, like all the car content that I was posting and editing. As I say, I was not just copy and pasting the content. I know I was repurposing it, but it was unique in a sense of it looked like no one else's. I made it more funny. I added overlays and effects and captions and sounds and this and that, and I mirrored it. I know that it was just repurposed. I know it's not my content, but it was just unique at the end of the day. The thing that makes me laugh, right, is the fact that their whole narrative they were trying to paint towards me was that I'm basically trying to get paid off of content that is not mine. But when you go and watch my video, you see my video on the For You page, either before or after was an advert. And I don't mean a TikTok shop video, which was kind of the same sort of thing, an actual advert. So I'm not being funny, if I see a fucking Dior advert for a new aftershave directly after my advert and I'm like, oh, okay, and I watch that whole advert, or I go and click on it and maybe buy an item, and they can see through all the traffic analysis and the data and everything that that's how that purchase came about, is by watching that advert. They have just made money off of content that is not theirs. Whether it's on their app or not, that's what they've done. But they fucked me off out of the program and took me fucking hard-earned shillings because of that very reason. It just doesn't seem, well, morally right or ethical, realistically. Of course, there's still tons and tons of people that are getting paid for that, but it was just like, it was just a pissing in the wind battle. That's basically how I lost my money. I think this is where I was going to go with everything. Just don't waste your time on building an account based on clipping stuff up. Just don't. If you want my honest opinion, right, figure out who or what you want to be as an individual. And if you don't, but maybe you've got stuff on your mind that you just want to let off, and if you just want to let off some steam, rant about stuff, or maybe talk about something funny, or maybe you've got all these skit ideas that you think that could be funny to other people, just do that. Just post it. Whatever it is, whatever ideas you have, if you can niche down to something, the best way, and I wish I'd have done this in the first place, the best thing you can do is just stay consistent with building an account based on you as an individual, and try and think of the longevity of things if you can, or at least bear it in mind. But just post and post about you. If you want to build a business or a clothing brand or whatever it is, or become a something athlete, if you just keep posting, and by some point in time, even when you're not ready, you've got this following and you're like, all right, I've posted gym content, I actually want to be a gym athlete now, you probably already have people come towards you and approach you. I guess what I'm getting at is just build a personal brand is the best thing I can suggest for you on any platform regarding social media and content creation, because you can build a business or something on the back of that. You can dabble in anything else. You can upload your stream clips or your fucking whatever clips it is. Build a brand. You are the brand, okay? That's all I've got for you. Happy Monday. I'm saying that, I think it's Tuesday.